Bitcoin price explosion incoming. Weekly crypto and stock breakdown. Big moves on the horizon. In this weekly breakdown, I will analyze Bitcoin, Ethereum, BONK, HBAR, McDonald's, and Roblox stock. I will also dive into the CryptoBubbles, CoinMarketCap sentiment, and the Finviz heatmaps to see the stock market sentiment. By the way, if you're not a member of Team NakedTrader yet, would you be so kind to press that subscribe button? And for now, let's start with the weekly performance of the crypto market. We do have some huge green numbers. BONK is up 53.2, Hex 32.1, Pengu 13.1, Floki Inu 13.6, and the red ones of this week are Say minus 12, Pi Network minus 12.3, GTO minus 13.1, Sky minus 6.1, Kaya minus 8.5, Trump minus 4.7, and if I change from the weekly to the daily, today's sentiment is green more than red. Floki is up 12.2, BONK 19.5, Hex 25.9, Duck with Head 6.9, Sandbox 2.8, Dogecoin 4.4, Celestia 3.1, Ton 5.8, and the red ones of today are Arrow is down minus 3.8, Pengu minus 0.1, GTO minus 2.7, Flare minus 0.6, and from here I will go to CoinMarketCap. Currently we have a market cap of 3.36 trillion with a 24-hour volume of 74.24 billion, and the current fear and greed is at 50, which is in the neutral zone, and the top 10 coins of today are Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana, Tron, Dogecoin, and Cardano. And from here, let's go to the weekly performance of the stock market. Overall, a nice green week. Apple is up 6.24, NVIDIA 2.79, Taiwan Semiconductors 4.82, Oracle 11.51, and Amazon 2.90. And the credit services up, financials up, capital call markets up. We do have some red numbers here. Palantir is down 6.86, Spotify is down minus 6.55, Alibaba minus 4.59, Tesla minus 3.20. And from here, let's go to the chart of Bitcoin. Starting at the monthly, previous month closed in green. We do have a monthly gain. The candle opened and closed above the previous high, so that is a very bullish signal. And this month opened in green. Current price is at $108,823. And if I change from the weekly to, from the monthly to the weekly, last week I mentioned that we are at the last resistance before the all-time high breakout. And I will show last week scenarios. About 6 hours and 48 minutes to close this week's candle. I'm a little bit late today. It was a busy day for me, but I'm here. So let me change to the daily and look at this. Last week's long scenario, the breakout trade, the pullback, the entry at 105,149. Flawless entry over here, already in profits. So the breakout trade is in profits from here till there, more than 5% profits. I hope you guys took your profits and increase your stop loss. And now at resistance again. So this one is currently in play. If you still didn't took your profits, consider so and increase the stop loss over here. If the price keeps rejecting, then this scenario will be in play. The entry of $96,131. And let me remove this one. I will add another scenario as we have a daily gain above this construction. Where's my so if the price fall through support here at 105,000, then this one is also playable. A little bit high risk. Entry at 102,408, trying to go up from there, and else the entry over here, the 96,131, and else the all-time high breakout, the test of 118,000, pullback, and then pick your entry, either a little bit more defensive at 109,114 or more aggressive at $111,743. So we have 4 potential scenarios for Bitcoin in the coming days. And from Bitcoin, I will go to McDonald's. I've charted this one at the end of 2023. And also here, the breakout trade, you could have entered the short at $298. The price went down until $247. So over here was kind of a pullback entry, but it felt a little bit lower, but doesn't matter. If you took position over there, you're already in profits. From there till here, about 22% profits. I will post a link of that previous analysis in the description so you can check it out if you like. And for now, let me start with a clean chart. And let me start at the monthly. So this was the all-time high. The price went down, tested the start of the impulse to the all-time high on the monthly. So for now, these are the important levels. And from the monthly, let's change to the weekly. We do have a weekly loss over here from this previous support zone. So keep in mind. Okay, from the weekly, I will change to the daily. On the daily, a rejection of that previous drop-off, a drop-off of $303. Okay, I will go back to the weekly and make a plan for the coming days. If the price managed to go up, then I would like to see a daily gain above $312, pullback with entry just above 300, somewhere between $300 and $303, aiming to break that all-time high of $321. And if the price managed to go up more aggressive, print a new all-time high, pullback with a more aggressive entry at $312, aiming for the continuation play, aiming for $330, $340. If the price keeps rejecting over here, then I would aim for the entry over here. $272, trying to go up from there. And if it falls through support at $272, then I would aim for the entry over here. The entry between $262 and $264. So we have 4 potential scenarios for McDonald's the coming days. And from McDonald's, I will go to Roblox. I've charted this one as well, early 2023, one of my first videos. And look at this, the breakout trade. The price came from around $28, the breakout, the gain, weekly gain, the pullback, and the entry at $33.69. So look at this. First play, you could have had 39% profits, and if you had diamond hands and keep it until now, then you're in profits 210%. Congratulations for the early birds of my channel. I will post that link of that previous analysis in the description so you can check it out if you like. All my plays, I will repost it later, and everything is captured so you can check it out. For now, let's start at the monthly with a clean chart and look at that price. Amazing. So the price in May 2024 was at $33, and look at it now, $103.59. That's amazing. Okay, let me start putting some levels here which are important for now. Here was the all-time high. All-time high is $141. From the monthly, I will change to the weekly. If you have this in position, please consider to take some profits. It will test back. So take your profits if you didn't took some yet. No, nothing goes up forever. It will test back somewhere. Okay, from the weekly, I will change to the daily chart. Look at this. Okay, potential rejection here on the daily. We see a reversal, daily loss here from that high area. Okay. I will change back to the weekly and make a plan for the coming days. If the price managed to go up, then I would like to see perhaps a test of $130 pullback with an entry of somewhere between $102 and $106, aiming to break that all-time high of $140. And else I would wait for the entry, perhaps here around $84, trying to go up from there. If the price falls through support at $84, then I would wait for the entry or just above $70, 70.95, trying to go up from there. And if it falls through support at $70, then I would wait for the entry just above 60 at 61.05, trying to go up from there. So we have 4 potential scenarios for Roblox the coming days, and from Roblox I will go to BONK USDT, and I've traded this one in 2025, and look at this. What do we see? This the most bullish scenario didn't play out back, and the entry over here at 1892. If you took position over here after the breakout, then you could have had about 29% profits. I hope you took your profits there at this resistance area, first target point, and else we are already here again. So this one played out, and look at this, what happened later. The entry over here, flawless entry at 401411. If you took position over there, you could have had also almost 30% profits, 29.65, and if you still have it, then you're up about 57%. And look at this, the entry at 12.02 over here also got filled. It was a more defensive play. If you took position over here, then you're currently up 84%. I will post a link of that previous analysis in the description so you can check it out if you like. And for now, let me remove those scenarios. So, beautiful play. That's why we trade. Price action always repeats itself. We do have support levels, we have resistance levels, and price have a similar movement. And that's why we like to chart without indicators. You look at this on the weekly. Currently at that previous weekly drop off to the low. What do we see on the weekly? We see a low over here, and higher low, and now at resistance, potentially a higher high, and then a continuation play perhaps. Interesting. So if this week's candle closes above, let me move this one a little bit. If this week's candle closes above that 2239, then next week we can have a potentially weekly gain of that previous high over here. And if so, that is a very bullish signal for a BONK. Let me change to the daily. Okay, so if you're not in position yet, then I would aim for the entry over here at 1637, trying to go up from there. And else the entry at 1411, trying to go up from there. You see an upside movement. Let's continue this. Perhaps test that 3247 pullback entry, very aggressive entry over here at 2566, aiming to break that 3357. And else, if the price goes up a little bit higher, not so aggressive as the other trade, somewhere at 2239, aiming to break that 3247. So we have 4 potential plays for BONK USDT the coming days, and from BONK I will go to Hedera Hashgraph, the bottom of the zone here. If you took position over here, that entry of 17.79 cents, then you could have had about 59% profits. And the most defensive play we have a front run over here, so the price didn't go as low as 12 cents. The price went as low as 12.40 cents. And currently the price is at 15. Point it out if you like. For now, weekly support at 13.36 cents. Here was the previous high on the weekly to this low. Daily. So if you're not in position, I would like to see a daily gain above 15.94 cents, pullback with the entry at 14.63 cents, aiming for that continuation play. It's a little bit more high risk, but still playable. Actually, I prefer to see a more aggressive move. 15 cents, pullback with the entry at 15.94 cents, aiming for that 20 cents. And if the price rejects, then I will be very defensive and perhaps play the entry just under 10 cents. The entry of 9.50 cents. Trying to go up from there. And if the price managed to go up more aggressive, test that 21 cents, a pullback with the entry at 18 cents, aiming for the continuation play, aiming for 26 cents. So we have 4 potential trades for Hedera Hashgraph. And from here, let's go to Ethereum, starting at the, okay, kind of uncertain on the monthly where we want to go with Ethereum. And this month opened in green and the current price is at $2,551. And from the monthly, I will change to the weekly. About 6 hours and 24 minutes to close this week's candle, currently in green. Last week ended in green, and that was the resistance, the previous high on the weekly. So next week can be a potentially gain of that weekly. So let me change this a little bit. Then I would like to see a closure above $2,551 on the weekly. So next week can be a potentially gain if the candle opens and closes above that $2,551. And if I change from the weekly chart to the daily, on the daily we do see a uptrend locally. It's kind of compression, and here at the resistance, and let me show last week's scenarios. Activated, there was a daily gain of that previous drop off over here to the low, which activated the pullback entry at 2,475. So that was a flawless play again. If you almost 3%, so enough to take some profits there and increase your stop loss to avoid losses. So this scenario, I consider it as in play. If it rejects here, $2,036 will be in play. If it loses support over there, then the entry at $1,816 will be in play. And that, yeah, this one. and let's say test the $3,074 of the pullback with the entry at $2,757, aiming to break that 3,100. Let me add one more because this one is currently in play. So we have 4 new fresh scenarios for the coming days. Something like this, the test of 2,757, the pullback with the entry at the current price level of 2,551, aiming to break that $2,819. So we have 1 in play and 4 new scenarios for Ethereum the coming days. For now guys, thanks for watching, join Team NakedTrader and enjoy your week.